everyone. Here we are, Tipsy Realtor, and today we're going to do the Holiday Gimlet,
which I'm looking forward to.
I know, it actually sounds pretty good. And we're going to talk about investing in Calgary's outer lying communities. And when we talk about that, it means like investing in the cities and towns and hamlets outside of Calgary. And is that a good place to be? Which we're going to explain why that's actually a pretty big discussion right now. Yeah. So let's start with our favorite part of the afternoon, the hot cocktail.
Wednesday afternoon.
Exactly.
What can be better, right?
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw the ingredients on the board. It's pretty simple. So again, if you don't know how to get orange gin, just go on to Liquor Connect. I got my orange gin just over at
Cool.
No, actually I got it at Wine and Beyond.
Oh, Wine and Beyond.
So, and we're going to do two at once.
Yes.
Because it's just easier that way. So there's our orange gin.
Let me see this one.
And everything in this cocktail is kind of 1 ounce, 1 ounce. I was very tempted to make this
last week because I saw the... Oh, wow. It does smell like nice and like orangey.
Yes. Now, for the orange syrup, it was really simple to make. For the orange syrup I just took orange juice. Like I squeezed fresh oranges and then threw cinnamon sticks in there, a little bit of sugar, and just basically...
Really? That sounds delightful.
Yeah, it actually made my house smell amazing.
Yeah.
And then I just
I think only Robin can say it was so easy to make. For me, it's like a production.
It was simple. So 1 ounce of everything except for the sparkling wine, or sorry, for your guys' cocktail, it's 1 ounce of everything except for the sparkling wine into the shaker with ice.
Awesome.
And then we shake.
All right, let's do it.
We need maracas.
Where's my, yeah, okay. We're gonna just keep jumping like this till you like that. Yes.
So really what you're looking for here is you just want to shake it until you're basically it's
shake
cold.
It till you make it.
Well, shake it until it's too cold for your hands to hold. And then strain it into your champagne glasses.
Pretty.
It is. And then you're supposed to top the last 2 ounces up with your sparkling wine.
Okay, I can do that.
Again, this would probably make a pretty good punch, I think. Because you could make a big punch bowl out of this, right? Wouldn't be hard, sorry.
Well, I definitely was considering this for like my event last week. I just ran out of time looking for the orange gin. So I went with the next safest option, and we're gonna put a mandarin on it.
Yes.
This looks so pretty. I love it.
You could also you could put in a cinnamon stick because of the cinnamon in it, right? But yeah, look at that. Does look like a super pretty Christmas cocktail.
Festive cocktail, yeah.
And a good use for mandarin oranges.
It smells amazing.
That is super good.
It's delicious.
This would be an amazing punch.
Yeah, it's kind of like has a little bit of that mimosa flavoring, but it has gin. So it's a double danger, the mimosa.
It does, though. You're right. It actually does has a festive kind of mimosa flavor. I don't taste the cinnamon a ton.
No, and it's not sweet either.
No.
Like have this. I like that.
What's the syrup taste like?
Yeah, the syrup is really good.
Do you taste the cinnamon in it?
Yeah, the syrup, you can taste the cinnamon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So there you go. That would be a good.
I recommend for your Christmas cocktail. Welcome drink. It does have that spiciness though. Like it has that Christmas spice.
Well, you know what? I'm having an orphan's Christmas this year, so I actually think I am going to make this for my orphan's Christmas as like a punch for everybody.
What is that? What's that?
An orphan's Christmas?
Yes.
So an orphan's.
Is it when you're by yourself?
No. An orphan's Christmas is a thing I've always heard about and we've always done. Okay. And you do an orphan's Christmas where you invite everyone who doesn't have family nearby or would be alone on Christmas Day, and you invite them all to your house. And I know your family's here, so I didn't invite you because I know you'll be with your mom and stuff like that, right? Because your family's here. But you find people who don't have family nearby or aren't going to be able to be with their family on Christmas, and you invite them all to your house and
Okay,
you have
that's
a
why
big
it's cool.
Christmas
Yeah.
dinner.
I mean, we quite often do it pretty much for every holiday and whatever.
Exactly.
So yeah, but that's like a little set title. I call it like a friends holiday, or you know, let's all get together and
We call it
yeah,
Orphans Christmas
orphans
because you're an
Christmas.
orphan on Christmas Day and there's nobody there for
It's
you.
so sad. What kind of little orphan? Come over. Oh, but it's very nice. We actually have done it for many holidays. And when like Rob and I were just like kind of like dating, like which is like a long time ago, we've done like what you would call it Orphans Valentine's Day. So when we invited all our single friends and I had like a great party at our house.
Sorry, I'm gonna wash my hands. They're sticky.
I like, well, you know me, I like to entertain, so just give me an excuse to host a good party. So
well, yes. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. So this actually is probably going to be a punch for.
Well, now you have like a whole bottle of the orange gin, and it definitely goes a long way. Just how much we use for like a couple of cocktails, and it's honestly, this is also a good substitution if you had way too many French 75s, and and you want to change it up. And what is it called again?
It's called a Holiday Gimlet.
A Holiday Gimlet. Yes, cheers, guys.
So
love it.
Very nice.
All right. Now let's talk about our satellite cities around the Calgary and hamlets. So what are we talking about? We're talking about Airdrie. We're talking about Cochrane, Chestermere, Okotoks. I think you went as far as Bicycle.
So what we did is I picked every place you could get to within 30 minutes of Calgary city limits.
Love that. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize how close some of those cities are, right?
So, well, and the way I see it is if you're let's say you work in the north end or the south end of Calgary, at the airport or, somewhere on the south end in one of those business areas, the reality of it is you can live somewhere else in Calgary and drive 30 minutes, or you can just drive on the highway 30 minutes and get into Calgary. So Irricana, Cochrane, Bragg Creek, Airdrie, Okotoks, Langdon, are High River, and then Redwood Meadows are all the places that are within that 30-minute time frame.
If you're a hockey parent, you know all those places pretty well
because you've been to all of them.
Yes. But yes, they, they are very population. Obviously, the bigger centers like Airdrie, Okotoks, Cochrane, Chestermere, now close to 30,000. Langdon is growing, Strathmore is growing. Those all we basically 20 to 30,000 in population, and it keep growing. But like Irricana, Bicycle, slightly smaller, but they super close to pretty much any bigger city, right? I think Irricana is close to Airport Balzac, if I'm not mistaken.
And the reason why this is coming up is because the average home price in Calgary now is $616,000. But when you go to Irricana, their average home price is $500,000.
Yeah.
So you're getting $115,000 more in purchase power by moving out to these smaller centers. Crossfield has seen a large kind of increase as well. Actually, I think Crossfield and Bicycle are in there. So actually Bicycle is down to $450. So you can get a house at their average home price at $450 versus $616,000 in Calgary.
Yeah, and if you never venture out, I highly recommend you thinking listen, I want to have a house. I don't mind driving 30 minutes. Ask your realtor, your favorite realtors here, Robert and Anna, just to kind of take you on a little tour, and we can educate you. Number one, you can feel how to drive there, which is great, and then we can educate you on what the town is, what are the amenities are, and then you get to see what actually your money can buy. And I think that more space, bigger lots, some of them have slightly older homes, but still bigger homes there, right? Ability to
they have bigger lots, and that's the other thing. So a lot of people will complain in Calgary how smaller lots are. You go out to the places like Irricana, like Bicycle, and you can get drastically bigger lots, drastically cheaper houses.
Yeah.
And then you keep going. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, that's what I was gonna make a point, that your money buys a lot more there for driving out for that extra time.
100%.
Yes. And like for somebody who moved to Chestermere now, like 11 years ago, and Chestermere was way smaller back then. And yes, the highway driving is something you have to get used to it. And I was like, I'm not driving on the highway with no lights on, like the street lights, but you get used to it. Like now I have like no issue with that. It's definitely like, to get so, for example, we drive our daughter to school every morning in Calgary. It's a 30-minute drive. I have friends who drive the same, like from Springbank, like Aspen Hill, Springbank Hill, to the same school, which is by distance is a lot quicker, but they're still driving the 30 minutes.
Well, and the big thing is because we're talking about like investing in these, because you know whether you're buying a house to live in or whether you're buying a house to rent, the reality of it is am I going to make money on the purchase that I'm having? And that's always the big question.
And the answer is yes.
So we've actually seen in the last 5 years,
Yes.
Chestermere alone has seen 117% increase
It's
in property values.
exploded. Yeah.
But then we've got Crossfield at an 87% increase in the last 5 years. And this is in comparison to Calgary that only had a 46% increase. So Crossfield has over doubled its growth
Yeah.
in regards to property values. Bicycle is at 80%. Irricana is at 79%. Cochrane at 61%. Airdrie at 59%. So these smaller communities, their price values by percentage are going up drastically faster than Calgary in the last 5 years, which makes it a great investment.
And now I don't think we're gonna see that trend change anytime soon. And what has happened, like post COVID, everybody was looking for more space, right? So even like in Chestermere, we saw a lot of like semi acreages, lakefront selling super fast because everybody is looking what I'm gonna do with my kids if this happens again. And the post COVID, a lot of people still working from home.
Yeah.
Or half time or full time, they're still working from home. We have huge interprovincial immigration from BC and Ontario predominantly, with people who work from home for companies that located still in Ontario and BC, but they finding a better value here. And if you're not driving, like let's say even every day to downtown, then you can live anywhere.
Well, and we have to consider too is that there's other reasons why we're seeing those exterior communities grow faster than Calgary. And the reason is because we have still a foreign buyers ban, but the foreign buyers ban is a geographical restriction.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. So with that geographical restriction, these outer-lying communities are, if you're not from Canada and you want to invest in Canadian real estate, that is the only place that you're going to be able to buy. So that's going to affect those outer-lying communities as well, which is what's making it a pretty amazing investment.
Yeah, and again, like the lots of commercial development that's happening a lot to those smaller community. Like look at the Balzac in the last 10 years.
Yes.
How it did not really exist. And then now there's a mall, there's a Costco, there is new industrial areas, there is a tons of new development that is happening.
Well, and in all of these communities like Bicycle, Irricana, if you're still can get access to big grocery stores, schooling, all that kind of stuff. You're not going out to like these extreme for like distances just to get your basic necessities. They're all within very close reach. Yes. So it's living that smaller town lifestyle with access to major amenities and still having that 30-minute access to Calgary and being drastically cheaper. And this is why, and I know that I harp on my conversations. Oh my God, what Anna has to live through. This is why I'm a big fan of when we talk about people saying that housing is no longer affordable to purchase. I say, no, we just have to change our outlook on housing because it's not abnormal in other major centers like the greater Vancouver area, the greater Toronto area to drive half an hour to work, to take a train half an hour to work. That's super normal. But here in Calgary, we're like, well, I shouldn't have to. You're gonna have to. Things are changing. If you want to buy, you're gonna have to.
That's right. I mean, Calgary I've seen growth in the last 5 years too, and it's like if you inner city Calgary, stuff is expensive. If you want a ginormous home with a triple garage on a big lot, that's expensive, right?
Well, and I
But it's
remember when I started real estate 27 years ago, everyone was complaining that the suburbs were so far and they had to go so far and that they couldn't buy inner city
and now they're
affordably.
like much further.
I know. And then now we're sitting here and we're like, well, now none of the houses are affordable. They are affordable if you want to save almost, what is it, 450. So 450 is Bicycler's average home price.
Yeah, like,
and in the last 5 years, I saw an 80% increase.
saving 40%.
So like, you want the difference between 616 to 450? Well, if 450 is affordable for you, drive 30 minutes. Because you know what you get on rent? 100% loss. But buying a house for 450,000 and having to drive 30 minutes a day into Calgary with the possibility of in 5 years seeing an 80% growth, that's amazing.
Yeah, and again, like those, like, people who live, like, let's say just in Calgary, they're unfamiliar with the markets, and that's part of our job, is kind of educate you in terms of how fast is inventory moving in those areas.
Yeah.
All that stuff we can pull off like MLS. The Calgary Real Estate Board has been pretty good collecting statistics. Also, we can tell you like how fast some of the homes are selling and how much have they grown. So you actually know what's potential for your investment over the years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's not like a surprise. It's not like a secret. And with those are smaller communities, just because, like, again, moving to Chestermere that was 10,000 less people 10 years ago.
Well, and
like the
5 years ago.
community like spirit is like,
Oh, huge.
it's huge, right?
Yeah.
And we do have those community spirits. Like Hidden Valley has a fantastic community spirit. Auburn Bay,
I'm
for
biased.
example. I'm biased for Auburn Bay because that was like my home community for very many years. Those are great. But like, if you want, like, if you like that small town feel, a little bit quieter life, you want a bigger house, bigger lot, your kids kind of having like long-term friends,
closer community.
By the way, they all have bus routes, like school bus routes for all those small cities where the kids get bussed around. Even like Irricana and Bicycle, like they have all the school zones, and they do have schools in proximity too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
So yes, so don't be afraid to venture out of Calgary.
I'm going to show them.
Oh,
so
good.
This is the numbers. Like, look at the numbers when you look at the growth over the last 5 years and the current average home price. You can afford a house. Your kids can afford a house. Your kids, just like work changed, right? Like now you have the 3 days in, 2 days homework. Work's changed. Life's changed. Maybe it's time for your home purchasing
Irricana
to change. I know, right? Like, that's what I mean. Like, well, not even that bicycle, 450 grand. Like, I
have to say, I haven't been in Irricana for a few years. Actually, it's not that far from me.
It's
but
not.
I used to show some of the properties around there. I wonder how much like. What I liked about, they have some amazing local businesses, like like the local bakery and like the local producer and
and this is what
the farmer Bob that lives down the street.
But this is what I laugh at. So the people who want to live in Inglewood, right? You want to live in Inglewood. You want to have the small stores. You want to have the owners, you want to have the business owners, you want to have the close community. What's the difference than Bicycle or Irricana? You have all the same experiences. You just have to drive further to get to downtown.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different lifestyle, of course. And I mean, I don't work in downtown, neither my husband. So for us, like Chestermere or whatever, like I have to drive for work anyway. And my client always lives in some other part of the city.
Absolutely.
The only way to find out, honestly, is just like go and look around.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So call us if you want more info. But next week,
what are we doing next week?
We are talking Mr. Snowman and what harmful impacts cold weather can have in your home, which I'm actually really excited about because we are going to hit the cold weather. I know that we have been.
Mr. Snowman. It's like the song.
Yes, right. But we've been super grateful and super wonderful in our weather that it hasn't been.
Mr. Snowman is coming this weekend.
Mr. Snowman is going to come in January, February, March. Yeah. We all know that. That's when we get really, really cold. So you got to get in front of it, get prepared. And we're going to talk about all the things that you have to do to get prepared and the effects that cold weather can have on your home so that you can keep your home in the best condition possible in the upcoming frigid weather.
I forgot to prepare our price for the month.
Is this our first one for the month?
No, last week was the first one for the month.
What do you? Well, our
We
prize.
gave the prize away.
That's what I thought. This is what we're giving
Oh,
away
this is
now.
what we're giving away. Yes.
Yeah, so we're
Well,
giving
I
away
usually
this
like
whole
show,
bartender.
like show and tell.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, we moved to just
Yeah.
pictures. So this
Yeah.
is the bartender set. This is showing you all the things that you're gonna get on the bartender set. And remember that you need to like, love, and share us in all your social medias because we are on Facebook, we are on LinkedIn, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, and we are on TikTok, and we are on your favorite
Facebook
Live. Yes.
Yeah.
So please make sure that you come get like, love, share, comment. You get extra credit for entries when you comment, like, and share and tag your friends and all that other kind of stuff. So please make sure to like, love, and share. And most of all, and most importantly, is if you have someone that you know that is looking at buying, selling a home, have them call us. We're here to answer questions. It's no obligation. Yeah. Have it a friend, a coworker, a family member, someone you like, someone you don't like, a neighbor. We're here to help them out because it is actually very important to us that they get the best service possible. And I apologize for the ticky-tacky. It's all my dogs freaking out, and I'm not sure what's
going on. Yeah.
Oh, Charlene showed up.
Charlene.
So you have to understand how this works. My dogs go nuts when Charlene shows up because every day
she's the only one that gives him treats.
Yeah, she gives them treats every day. So when she shows up, they go nuts because they know they're getting a treat.
Yeah. But to be honest, we're going into holiday season. Well, we're kind of full swing in holiday season. But this is a great time when you guys thinking like you have a time off, you want to do some planning. Because if you planning to do something in the next 6 months and you want to get engaged with your realtors, Robin and Anna are here, to plan for the next year, because we will want to know what you want to do so we can start watching the market just for you.
Absolutely. And start preparing because we do expect 2026 to be a pretty amazing year. It's not going to be obviously like what you've seen in the last 5 years, but there is going to be growth. We're not going down. It's not a bubble. We haven't burst. Everything is going to keep going. We're going to see reasonable growth instead of ridiculous growth, which is what we've seen in the last 5 years.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for watching. Until next week.